So now I want to welcome Congresswoman Judy Chu. Thank you.
Tonight, we gather in grief, solidarity, and outrage over the tragic loss of Roberto Carlos Montoya. Yesterday morning, Roberto Montoya came here to the Home Depot in search of honest work. He lived in Arcadia, and he was my constituent. He was from Guatemala and had been here for 3 years, working as a day laborer. He had 4 daughters and grandchildren back home who loved him dearly. But that morning turned into tragedy when ICE showed up. Masked men in tactical gear who leaped out of an unmarked car, an SUV, and swept 12 men up in yet another ICE raid designed to terrorize our community. Carlos fled from the federal agents, ran onto the 210 freeway where an SUV hit him and he lost his life. He was only 52. Make no mistake, his death is a direct result of the Trump administration's strategy of sowing fear and intimidation throughout our community. Right? It's designed to instill fear so that people will risk anything, even their lives, to escape it. So tonight, we mourn the cruelty of the circumstances that needlessly ended his life. Across California and across America, ICE has targeted places where immigrant workers gather, like Home Depot, not to stop criminal activity, but to meet quotas by Donald Trump. And is that right? It's racial profiling, it's harassment, and it violates a federal court order prohibiting these raids based on racial profiling. We can't have another death like this. They are the outcome of this administration's despicable deportation system built on fear and cruelty. And I've seen that fear and cruelty firsthand. Because you see, the ICE raid is just the beginning of the misery. Immigrants are then sent to detention centers. And despite ICE's repeated attempts to keep members of Congress like myself out of conducting oversight of these facilities, as is our legal right, finally on Monday, I was able to see the ICE field office in downtown Los Angeles, where immigrants are first detained. And I have to say, the conditions were horrific. They sleep on concrete cold floors with not even as much as a blanket. They get food only maybe once a day. They get no soap, no toothbrush, no toothpaste. They get no change of clothes. And then they're sent to places like Adelanto. And in fact, I just returned from Adelanto today. I wanted to continue going again and again to make sure that we hold this administration accountable. And I went because there was a report released just yesterday by the Disability Rights California where they documented the medical injustices visited upon the disabled that are detained there. So I went straight to the medical facilities and I asked them about the case of the detainee who was supposed to get his diabetes medicine twice a day, but instead got it 2 times in 10 days. And I asked them about the detainee who had a prosthetic eye where they wouldn't let him clean it, thus risking a terrible infection. And I asked them about the attempted suicide that we'd heard about. But you know what? They denied everything and insisted their facility is flawless. Look, I know the truth, and I want to make sure these detainees will not be forgotten. And that's why I will keep showing up at these facilities. And that's why I introduced the Visible Act to ensure ICE agents can't hide behind masks and to require them to display their names, badges, and agencies. So we have to hold this administration accountable. We have to shut down these inhumane detention centers. We have to put an end to these raids. Together, we must keep fighting so that no one has to risk their life just to live, work, and thrive in our community. So today, we honor the life of Roberto Carlos Montoya. We hold his family in our hearts, but we must demand justice. We must keep fighting, not just for him, but for every person who is a victim of Trump's deportation machine. Thank you all very much.